Name for the workshop. Over to Reena sister. Yeah, there are 43 all have joined. Reena sister, over to
Okay.
you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Manoj. And you all must have shared your story or not story maybe, but the qualities you have used for accurate decision making. So one small thing, one small request from all of you. We are short of time, so we will be taking sharing from only one or two group. And it is my sincere request, those who have shared before, please give chances to others who have not shared. So, which group will come first and who is the spokesperson of that group? So,
Sister,
anyone from,
I will be representing the Roses group, please.
okay.
Rohani.
I'm just requesting you to wait a little bit because I want others to share who have not shared till now. So, Vijaypalji, my sincere request. So, just wait for a little bit. Okay. I'll just talk
Okay,
to
Didi.
others who have not shared. So anyone who have not shared till now who want to share up, and meanwhile others can write your responses in the chat box. बाकी सब लोग chat box पे लिख सकते हैं. So which group apart from Vijay Palji who will come forward and share your represent your group?
So maybe we
Pushpa
just
ji,
have to.
Pushpa ji,
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Pushpa ji, yes. Yes, Pushpa ji, you can unmute and start sharing.
I'm Dr. Pushpa Gaikwad.
Yes, doctor.
मेरी डॉटर का डिलीवरी था about 3 months back, and that time she was induced for delivery, and that time somehow there were no labor pains coming, and then doctor told everything is fine, but if you want we can wait, or you can just tell me to go for cesarean. So we had to decide that, but somehow I think within 5 minutes we took the decision that no, we want to go for
Pushpa ji,
cesarean.
sorry to interrupt. Pushpa ji, I'm Manoj here, Dr. Manoj speaking. Sorry to interrupt. We don't have time for stories. We just have to reflect on the values. So if you can just tell us the quality of the values, please, related to that
Yes.
decision making.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, sir. तो मैंने तभी डिसीजन ले लिया, और इट वाज एक्यूरेट डिसीजन बिकॉज ज्यादा देर करते थे तो प्रॉब्लम हो सकता था, तो शिव बाबा का प्यार था, मैंने एक्यूरेट डिसीजन लिया.
सो आपने कौन सी वैल्यू को यूज किया डॉक्टर पुष्पा उस वक्त ये एक्यूरेट डिसीजन लेने के लिए?
आई थिंक पीसफुल माइंड रखा हमने, और ज्यादा लोगों को पूछा नहीं.
दैट्स राइट. ओके ओके, ग्रेट. सो फ्रेगमेंट फ्लावर ने अपनी वैल्यूज शेयर कर ली है एंड कोशा विल राइट दैट. और बाकी और भी हमारी चैट बॉक्स पे वैल्यूज आ रही हैं, और कोई शेयर करना चाहते हैं अपने ग्रुप को रिप्रेजेंट करेंगे, बिकॉज हमें काफी सारी वैल्यूज चैट बॉक्स से मिल गई हैं. anyone who would like to represent your group? So meanwhile I would like to read up the values we received in the chat box. There's so many actually: introversion and inner voice, courage, determination, and knowledgeful, peaceful mind, attentiveness, positive state of mind, helpful, trust, satisfaction, determination, cooperation, and courage. So courage is also coming up repeatedly. Contentment, unconditional love, and peaceful mind, peaceful state of mind, creativity, and firm decision, discipline. Okay, so Kosha is writing up all the values. Power to face. So power to face is also one of the quality used. Power to visualize. Power to visualize. Power to visualize, power to face. And sometimes power to say no. That's great. That is also one of the quality to you visualize. Power to say no. Okay, so cooperation you must have written, Kosha. Okay,
Yes.
that's great. That's great. So it's there in front of you. Power to choose. Power to choose is another value. So yes, these are so many qualities and values there in front of you. And I think we have the screen full this time. So in this exercise, what have you learned from this exercise? And then we are winding up with this exercise in 1 minute. What all have you learned from this exercise? Anyone would say in one line? Anyone? that we did this beautiful reflection, we recalled our incident, we took the accurate decision, and we recalled the values also we used in accuracy. So to make an accurate decision making, we use so many values which are already there in our personality. And today, with this reflection, we immersed them, we unmasked those values from our personality. And there are so many qualities which are ingredient for our accurate decision making. So thank you so much, each one of you who have shared in the chat box, who have shared verbally from this exercise. And now we will move forward. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kosha. एंड विजयपाल जी सॉरी आपको मौका नहीं मिला शेयर करने का, हम आगे एक्सरसाइज में देखेंगे. थैंक यू.
Okay, Didi.
Thank you, Reena sister, for the activity. So now, you know, our group is becoming more and more big. So hope you don't mind Vijay Bhai and all these are all are very old timers now with us. So we'll have to give a chance to the new participants to share. So hope you all don't mind at all. Over to Anu sister for your activity. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Manoj, brother, and Sister Reena, Sister Kosha. Beautiful values we saw of the result of accuracy. So let's take it forward into a visualization very quickly. So still hold on to that like vision, that situation that you thought about, and the beautiful experience of the result of accuracy, that accomplishments, as we'll go through this exercise. So, and touch upon that inner silence. And in the inner silence, as you dive within yourself into those beautiful values, you will recognize the foundation of accuracy that can build beautiful and wonderful buildings. But that foundation of accuracy builds that beautiful moments of every moment of our life. So let's visualize a day that each one of us are getting ready for, that we get ready for every day. So look at yourself as you are getting ready to go to your work. You are seeing that you have packed everything that you need, you have got ready properly. And now check, have you packed that value of accuracy with you? So I carry value of accuracy in my heart and mind by filling up my mind with peace and gentleness, kindness, acceptance. In my heart, openness in my heart for this beautiful life, the beautiful moments that are awaiting for me. So with all these values packed within me, I see myself going to work. As you go, sit in your car or go to the bus stop and go to work. You can see the same route that you go every day. And finally, as you reach there, You walk up to that entrance door. You experience that beautiful scenery around you that's very known to you. That's as it is every day. And it's nice. You enter to the office. Whoever you're meeting, you're greeting them with a smile. Such a beautifully flowing day. And as I go to my office room, I look through all the work, the projects that I have to look at today. And I get into work. And I take a moment to reflect on that foundation of accuracy, that peaceful mind, that enthusiastic intellect. And I go through my duties, my work, with that same state of mind, peaceful, precise, accurate. As the day passes by, as I may meet with someone who doesn't respond the same way as I respond, with respect, with kindness, with warmth, I still continue with my accurate mind. As the memory of any past wrong interactions come into my mind, I become alert, put them aside, and tap onto my inner peace, that loving, accepting being. And my moments again start to flow beautifully. That leads me towards the success, the accomplishment. That is the success of me feeling constantly content, happy, satisfied. And as I experience this success of contentment within me, because I could interact with everyone with that same respect, care, then that power of accuracy flows to the other people, the situation, my task, my project. And everything falls into place, everything is accomplished. So take a moment to feel that, how perfectly your day is flowing, because that accurate state of mind, accurate state of heart is maintained. So I come back to my office room on my chair by end of the day. As I'm wrapping up, I only experience that inner satisfaction, joy, a fulfillment, healing. I take a deep breath in and feel it. Take it in deep, core of my being. And I start back to my home. So I remember this experience of that accuracy that can take me through my life with brightness, with joy. Okay. Okay, so now slowly come back to the awareness of the room, to this session. Om Shanti.
So, Om Shanti. Thank you so much, Anu sister, for the visualization. I hope all of you were able to visualize the workplace where Anu sister took you to. So, a few announcements before I go on to the next part of the session. From this session onwards, you know, we do 1.5 hour sessions. So 1 hour is the exercises. We have just 10 more minutes left for the exercise. And from this time onwards, January, a new year, a new thing for you all also is that every session from 11 to 11:30, we'll be having a BK sister sharing her thoughts on that value and taking you into the meditative mode. So this time it will be Sister Shreya. I'll be introducing her to you shortly at 11 o'clock. So till 11 now, what I'll be doing is the next part of the activity. I'll share my screen. All of you know we had this talk on accuracy by Sister Shilu on 27th of December, last Sunday. So what we do usually is at the end from around say 10:50 to 11, we just try to look at those spiritual reflections and try to reflect on what the senior brother or sister has shared. So hope you can see the screen. And let me just start sharing what Shilu Didi had spoken that day. She had spoken. I won't be reading each and every slide like if I'm teaching you all something. It is just we'll be sending it to you all in detail in later. But two things to remember: that accuracy is a value which starts with A, and two other important things which Shilu Didi mentioned was attention and awareness, which we need to focus on if we want to develop our accuracy. You know, we are in this age where we are constantly busy, 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 and our mental makeup has become that we have always labeled ourselves that I'm busy all the time. So if you're busy, you tend to make mistakes. So if you want to be accurate, you have to make sure that you get this out, this word out of your what you call dictionary, that I am busy all the time, and try to be a bit more attentive and aware. And Shilu Didi took us into the details of this attention and awareness, as I'll show you in the future slides. She first said that accuracy is basically a value which is the first on the list. And what it exactly means, if you Google it, the literal meaning is it's basically to be right and correct all the time, to be precise. And then she went into the depth saying that you have to be correct in your three things, what we call thought, word, and action. So the thinking, speaking, and doing. In Hindi, we call them mansa, vacha, karmana. So if a person is able to do right things in the thought pattern, in the speaking pattern, or in the doing mode as well, then he's thought to be accurate. She mentioned that accuracy is like a tree. But what is the seed of the tree? It's the right attitude. So a person can be said to be accurate if his attitude towards life is right. So therefore, if you want to be successful in life, you have to sow the seed of right attitude in you. So, you know, we can all look at the tree, but we can't look at the seed. So same thing, if you're accurate from outside, people see that you're accurate on time, but what is going on inside you is the right attitude. That is the seed which is not seen. So we have to work on the seed aspect, because if the seed is powerful and if the seed is right, the tree will definitely be powerful and accurate. So for this, she mentions how you need to develop the right attitude is by building onto the soul consciousness. So right attitude means having this elevated thought of soul consciousness all the time. And when you are in this soul conscious state, which I'm sure Shreya sister will be covering in detail, then you start developing all these beautiful values, which all of you got down very well. But she also mentioned a few other values like benevolence, love, cooperation, and selflessness. And along with this, we need to make sure that there is no leakage in the form of waste and impure thoughts. We need to be free from this leakage, because attitude is nothing but it is a sum total of what you're thinking. Sum total of your thoughts is attitude. Hindi में हम कहते हैं मनोवृत्ति. मेरी वृत्ति कैसे है? तो वृत्ति is decided by your total thoughts which you are carrying. So she got out this beautiful sentence, the 4 lines which we mentioned, that thoughts play a very important role. So watch your thoughts, because that they become your words. Watch your words, because that becomes your actions. Watch your actions, because that in turn leads to habits. and watch your habits, because that finally becomes your personality. So if a person is, say, accurate, and if I call that person accurate, so basically that person is accurate from his personality wise. I know he's accurate on in everything and he's successful because of that. But what is the seed of that? It is basically the thoughts. So that's important. And as we know, personality will finally lead to your destiny. So all of us agree that it's important to have the right thought at the right time for the right decision making. And for that, spirituality is the basis. And actually, we should say that spirituality is the foundation for all the values and virtues. We have discussed so far. This is the fourth value. We started with contentment. We also covered acceptance. And we covered a very heavy value like sacrifice and renunciation. And today we are on something practical, accuracy. So, what is spirituality? I would leave that for Sister Shreya. She'll be covering at around 11 o'clock those things in detail. Then Shilu Didi gave us a beautiful example of accuracy, Brahma Baba. He was the living legend for all of us, and we are so fortunate to cover this in the January month. We know January month is so special for all the BK students. It is the month of ascension of Brahma Baba. And Shilu Didi shared her very touching personal experiences with Brahma Baba. Shilu Didi lost her Lokik father at a very young age, so she wasn't aware of that love of a Lokik father. So she found the real father in Brahma Baba. That's what she mentioned that day. And these are those two qualities which she found in him: love and respect for everyone. And Brahma Baba was a true example of what we call Balak so Malik and Malik so Balak. I mean, he used to treat everyone as per their age. So he was very innocent with children and used to behave with lot of maturity with the elders. So that is what we call the real sign of accuracy. And he was so accurate, Didi mentioned, Shilu Didi, that he was very punctual on time for the Murli class, for the morning meditation, and everything was so accurately placed. But it was not an effort which was seen that he was doing an effort for that. It was so effortlessly coming through him. Why? Because he was really always in the soul conscious state. So he was the true example of accuracy which she mentioned. And again, she mentioned about this word which we say in Hindi, soch samajh ke karam karo. सोचना समझना and then करना, that's what she mentioned. But nowadays what we do is हम पहले कर्म कर लेते हैं, action कर लेते हैं, अरे then समझ में आता है, then I realize अरे मैंने अच्छा नहीं किया, and then मेरे thoughts चलते रहते हैं, oh why I did that. So before doing any action, we really have to think first, think and then do that activity. So she said accuracy is a very great virtue. It means no haste, because if I am in a hasty mode, then I cannot be accurate. I will tend to miss out on things. I'll tend to drop out on things. And she said accuracy comes with a lot of patience and practice. So again, it's a value which needs to be inculcated. Though it's a part and parcel of our soul conscious state. I mean, it's a virtue, but it has to be really practiced to come into uh, come in your behavior and come in your interactions with people. And she gave us a few tips of how to be accurate. So first is, she said that experience a lot of silence, lot of introversion. We are coming with the introversion value in the next talk on 10 January. Second is, you have to practice soul consciousness and connect with the supreme being, because God, supreme being, it's the ocean of all virtues. It's highly, we must say God is the ocean of accuracy as well, and we can learn that from God. And accuracy is in one way a promise to the self. That what is the promise? That I won't be having any waste thoughts in future now. And waste thoughts arise from what we call body consciousness. So that's what she also mentioned, that we have to move from body consciousness to soul consciousness. It's easier said than done. It's a journey. All of us know that we at some point of time become body conscious because of our old sanskars, but it's a journey. So the moment we start on this journey, we have to head towards the soul conscious state finally, which is our accurate stage for future, and which is the complete and perfect stage, what we call. Then I have 3 more minutes left, so I'll take the few questions on accuracy which she covered. People asked her, accuracy is to be aware of the time and energy, we know that, but how to overcome the laziness and carelessness which usually surrounds. Sometimes we become lazy and sometimes we become careless. In Hindi, these two words come in the Murli very often. Lazy is alas and careless is albelapan. So she gave us a beautiful thing. She said that you have to work on these three things, the not and the dot. So not means you have to put a full stop to everything in life which has whatever has happened. Everything is accurate in the drama of life, whatever has happened. So if some mistake has happened, for example, I have done some mistake, I need to first put a full stop instantly, because I can't keep reminiscing that again and again, because if I do that, I'll be entering a vicious cycle of waste thoughts. So I have to apply a full stop to that, and that is called not to think further about that. The second one which I added actually is KNOT. KNOT means a knot. You know, knot means धागा जो एक तरह से गुठली बन जाती है. In Hindi we say knot बांधना मतलब उलझ जाना. So if we start just keep thinking of our waste thoughts, our negative thoughts about the mistake, about the past, then we are just making it more and more complicated. And we are just increasing the knots in our life, KNOT, that knot. And third thing is, she said, you start applying a dot. Dot means full stop lagana seekho har ek ko. So this is what we always keep saying in our positivity sessions, also the SOS approach, SOS. So SOS stands for, first is stand back, step back from the situation, observe. I don't know, Anu sister Sharmila Dhamal is someone who's requesting remote control of her screen. Can you just decline that forever, because it's just coming on and off again. So I was telling about the SOS approach. So S is to first apply a full stop, stand back, observe the situation, that's the O. And then S is the steering, which is like a car steering. As you change the direction of the car, then you change the direction of your thoughts. So that's what a beautiful approach. Then someone said that why we waste our time and energy too much overthinking. So how to overcome that? So she gave the beautiful example of Dadi Janki, who is an epitome of accuracy. Dadi Janki never wore a watch, but then someone asked her, how do you remain so accurate without wearing a watch? So what she said is, I don't have any leakage. I don't waste even a single second. That's why I am very accurate. So this was the example what Shilu Didi gave about Dadi Janki to answer this question, that we can be accurate without being bound to physical things like watches or timers on our mobile. And finally, to conclude, accuracy means to have a beautiful balance in life of everything. There are balances, many, many balances which we hear in the Murli classes, but balance of everything, balance of work life, balance of personal life, personal and professional life together. So there are many balances. So with this, I just conclude. And now I would just introduce Sister Shreya. Many people know you. You all have seen her. She's a regular feature on the Peace of Mind television, where she has conducted a lot of talks on value education, life skills, and practices of meditation. She has been associated with the Brahma Kumaris for over 11 years now, and she's a faculty member of the Brahma Kumaris as well. And Lokik career-wise, she's a graduate, a honors graduate in English literature, and also a postgraduate in ethics and spirituality. So we really immensely thank her for taking out time and joining us for this next half hour of the session. So over to Sister Shreya for her talk and meditation. Thank you. Sister, you have to unmute yourself. Sorry, you have to unmute, yeah. Okay, I hope you, okay, I'll just do it for you, just a minute. Yeah, now you can do that. Just check.
Yeah, now it's possible.
Yeah, okay,
Can you
thank
hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, thanks.
Om Shanti. And very happy new year. New beginnings, new hope. And thank you for inviting me. I just had a very quick crash course on accuracy. Thank you, Manoj Bhai, for that. I've been thinking on accuracy a little bit, though I have 10 minutes to talk on. And Manoj Bhai just said that she will cover soul consciousness and spirituality, which I think will take months. But a few of my churnings I would like to share with you. Accuracy is not exactly a topic that we think too much about or churn about it. I don't think I've ever spoken on it. This is my first time when I started thinking about accuracy. And that's when I felt that this whole, this event of, churning about values and inviting seniors to talk on values is wonderful, because it gives us a deep insight into how Baba sees that value. Because the first time when you hear the word accuracy, The first thing that comes according to the world outside is, being perfect, being on time, being punctual, or doing something very accurately. It's more about doing that comes to your mind when you hear the word accurate. And then I wanted to understand how Baba sees this word accuracy. And I was trying to look for the literal translation. And actually, it took me some time. It took me a day or so because I just couldn't figure out the accurate translation of accuracy that is used in the Murli. And then the word which Baba uses for accuracy, or the word that he uses more, is accurate, and that is yatharat. The word that God uses is yatharat. And Baba says everything that you do has to be accurate. And it's not just about doing. For example, he said having accurate yad. So even when you sit in remembrance, see whether your remembrance is accurate. And how would I know that my remembrance is accurate? And to check that, I need very deep understanding of knowledge. Because accuracy is nothing. When I put Baba's principles in my life daily and I master over them, I become perfect in that, that would be called accurate. It's more like reaching a deity stage. You're accurate in your remembrance, in your study, in your dharana, in your service, but you have to figure out whether that is accurate or not. So accurate remembrance would be when your sanskars are gradually transforming. So if you're sitting in meditation for many hours, every day, doing Amrit Vela, doing Namasham, doing traffic control, spending a lot of time in meditation, and yet you don't see any change in yourself, there's no transformation in your sanskars, then we can't call it accurate yad. Similarly, Baba said, when you're studying, are you studying accurately? Because it's not just about listening. Then he says, are you in soul conscious stage? Are you in the consciousness that who is teaching you? Similarly, when it comes to service, what is accurate seva? It's not about just sharing knowledge with people. It's not about just giving. But Baba said, accurate seva is where you don't want anything in return. Accurate seva is when you don't want anything in return. You don't want even things like name, fame, and respect. It is only about giving. You're complete, you're content. There's no desires, there's no expectations, and then you're just radiating and flowing that energy into the world. That would be called accurate seva. So, what I realized was to bring accuracy in our life, we will need to study knowledge very accurately. We need to understand what Baba means with everything. Baba has a very different way of looking at the world and teaching us few things. For example, even in our practical life, all our lives we have heard something like, don't give sorrow. It was common in every religion. Even when we would study scriptures, it would be, don't give sorrow. But the moment we became Babas, gods, then he started telling us, don't take sorrow. Not just don't give sorrow, but don't take sorrow. That is implementing Baba's knowledge in our life, that you don't have to give sorrow and you don't have to take sorrow. So I have to first understand Shrimat. So Shrimat is the directions which are given by God in daily spiritual class. The other thing is Parmat, which is the directions, or we can say the morality of the world. Even that is not wrong, but that is not in sync with what Baba is teaching us. And there is so much influence of the morality of the world that we get stuck in what people will think. We are more worried about people's opinions. We are more worried about their approval, that we forget that now is the time to follow in Baba's footstep, what he is telling us. So I think one cannot be accurate till one understands very deeply Shrimat. What is Baba's direction for this? What is Baba's direction for getting up? How to attend daily class? How to sit in remembrance? How to do seva? how to use the powers. In one of these studies that Baba said, you have to use your powers accurately. And what does he mean by using your powers accurately? He said, you hear about tolerance, you talk about tolerance, you share about tolerance, you can write an essay on tolerance, but when you want that power to cooperate with you, when you order that power to help you, you don't receive the help of that power. And that means you have not accurately imbibed that power in your journey. So, accuracy, like Manoj Bhai was saying, is all about practice. Picking up one jewel of Baba, any one jewel, could be as simple as don't give sorrow and don't take sorrow. It could be one thing. And then understanding it deeply, then starting to practice it in your daily life, with the family at home, at your workplace. Now, one thing that will happen in this journey, which is very important, which I wanted to stress as that when you start practicing something, mistakes will happen. A lot of time, Baba says this is a journey of rise and fall. We cannot forget that, because sometimes even other people don't have so many expectations from us, the amount of expectation we have from ourselves. We have to be very compassionate with ourselves also. Only when we are compassionate with ourselves, we will be able to have the same mercy and compassion for others. Because we're not compassionate with ourselves, we want the world also to change very fast. We teach something to somebody today and we expect them to become that tomorrow. It will not be possible, because we're on a journey of transforming sanskars. So when we start practicing something, we will make mistakes. There will be some failures. There will be times when some tears will roll down our eyes. I think it is okay. I think it is okay. What I think is, Baba as a teacher will always set higher standards, and he has to set higher standards. Teacher cannot say it's okay to do this and it's okay to do that. But we have to understand that when we are on the journey, it's peak and valley. And valley is, when you make a mistake, or when you fall down, or is there a failure, or you had thought in the morning to do something, you had taken a resolution in the new year not to give sorrow to somebody, and you again failed. I think it's okay, as long as you're aware and making effort. And then Baba says something very important, that don't be disheartened. In Brahma Kumaris, we don't do guilt. This is something that we don't do. This is something that Baba has taught us. Once you've made a mistake, realize, understand, put a full stop, and start again. But what depletes our energy the most is the guilt. It's becoming disheartened. It's losing faith in ourselves. It's losing hope in ourselves. That's when the journey slows, sometimes even stops, and will never be able to become accurate or perfect. So whenever there is like a speed breaker, or there is a failure, sit back, become introvert, ask yourself, where did I go wrong? Then on the screen of your mind, see yourself doing that thing right. And gradually, slowly, you will become perfect. I always share this. This is not to make us careless or lazy, but this is just to have patience in the journey. That Brahma Baba, who became number one, who was always accurate in his Purshad, also took 33 years to become perfect. Spirituality is a journey. We're transforming sanskars of many, many births. So we have to be compassionate and patient with ourselves. This one time, Janki Dadi said, we only need three things on this journey. And she said, the first, patience. And she said, second, patience. And she said, third, more patience. She said, you only need patience and compassion with yourself. Continue to have faith in yourself. Continue to have faith in God's knowledge. Continue to have faith in the goodness of life, in drama, in divine planning. And definitely, step by step, taking small step every single day, you will reach your destination. All we have to do is follow Father. It's very easy for us. We have examples in front of us. Today in the world, people don't have examples they can follow. We have examples. We have Brahma Baba, we have Dadis who have become angels in front of our eyes. We have examples to follow. We just have to copy them. And in a couple of days back in the spiritual class, Baba was saying, just copy, just copy. And if you feel that your action is not similar to Brahma Baba's, then stop. That's all you have to do, stop. And become introvert, go in silence and ask yourself, what Baba wants from me? And there'll be a touching. If you have a very good relationship, if you have a connection, Baba will touch. So being accurate is not about just coming on time or being punctual. Being accurate is in every single action. And when we read Murli over a long period of time, we accurately know that what is the right thing to do and what is not. And that's one more thing that Baba said, that when you read Murli every day, when you attend spiritual class every day, then your intellect becomes pure and you are able to take accurate decisions that then comes into your actions. So I think that would be few churnings on the topic. And I think now we can move into 10 to 15 minutes of meditation. Is that okay, Manoj Bhai?
Yes, yes. Thank you so much. So I'll just share the screen and play the background music also for the
Sure,
meditation.
sure.
Thank you.
So now, sit comfortably. Detach yourself from everything. These moments are very precious. Let me make most of these moments. Let me sit in accurate remembrance. Increase my soul power. Nothing disturb me. I am here for a rich and loving experience. Come into the awareness that I am a being of light. Hold that image in your mind. I'm not this body, but a being of light. Like a flawless diamond. I'm pure and perfect. This is my true form. This is my original stage. Pure and perfect. But with time, I lost the awareness of who am I. And I started identifying with this body. Slowly, I came under the influence of vices. And I lost my beauty. I lost my shine and perfection. I felt lost, hopeless, with no enthusiasm. There was no joy. It was as if I was dragging my feet, trying to cope with the challenges of the world. And then, once again, God found me. Once again, I found my Father. Who reminded me of my perfect self. Who saw me not as an ordinary being, but mighty being. And every single day, with his jewels of knowledge, with his treasures, Baba is decorating me. What fortune! God himself is my companion. Every single day, he works silently, patiently, removing my negativities, removing if there is any weakness. My Father holds my hand, guiding me, inspiring me to be accurate in every action. Only create elevated thoughts. Only radiate vibration which heals the world. Guide me to be accurate in my words, to be loveful, kind, and compassionate. And not be bitter and hurtful. He guides me to perform elevated actions. earn blessings of others. As an obedient servant, is guiding me every single day, helping me to achieve my perfect stage. And I know there are times when I become lazy or careless. There are times when I give excuses. Today, I deeply make a promise from my heart that I take a determined thought to follow Baba's every Srimad accurately. I choose to fulfill his hope in me, his vision for me. Baba, I will glorify you. With my elevated stage, with my elevated actions, I will glorify you. I promise that what I have received from you, I will share those treasures with the world. But first, I will imbibe them with complete honesty and dedication. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for choosing me and transforming me into a beautiful flower. Thank you, Baba. Om Shanti.
So, thank you, Sister Shreya, for your soothing meditative experience. I'm sure all of us are still in that stage. So, before I stop sharing the screen, I'll just make the few announcements of for the next series. Uh, to just enjoy this, what Shreya's sister did for us, and to go into the depths of silence, because silence is important, as Shilu Didi also mentioned, for developing various values, not only accuracy. So we have this silence retreat organized exclusively for Vihasa India facilitators, but also you all are welcome to join, because it is to go into the depths of silence. It is a 4-hour endless retreat, morning 8:30 to 12:30. You can note down the Zoom ID passcode. They'll be coming to you soon on the groups as well. And this is in preparation for the talk, which will be on the same day by Sister Meera from Malaysia, who's the director of Malaysian Retreat Center, the Asian Retreat Center over there. And this time, just to draw your attention again, that we normally start at 8 p.m. India time, but this time it is to suit the Malaysian time. It is half an hour prior. So it is 7:30 p.m. Make sure you can attend that. So the silence retreat 4 hours will be in preparation for this topic, that is introspection, introversion. In Hindi, we call it Antarmukta. And if you need any such information on values and about values in healthcare, a spiritual approach, that's our website. I'm sure you all are attending on this because you all are visiting the website because we see many views as well over there. And all these videos are recorded over there, all the values for live series and even the mini workshops. And you can email your queries on vihasaindia@gmail.com and WhatsApp on this number. So I'll just stop sharing, and if all of you, I know you're in the meditative mode still, but if I could just request all of you all to open your cameras so that we can see each other the last 2-3 minutes of the session, and take a small photograph as well, a group photograph. And there are quite a few chats coming that they really enjoyed. Thank you, Didi, so much, because they enjoyed the meditation experience. That's what they're mentioning in the chat box as well. And Anu sister, over to you. Yeah, if we
Take
have
this opportunity to say thank you to Shreya Didi. It is so beautiful, very deep. Thank you, Didi.
yeah, and
Thank
just
you
one,
very And I think we had in the chat box, if anyone new joined today and we have your contacts, and please leave your contacts on the chat box. You have put, I have seen that, but by chance, if anyone missed the chat box and you want to receive this review materials and a video of today's session and also the further programs info, then please leave your contacts. Okay, so I can see everybody opening. Pushpa and Ashwani, I think you have two. So these two are missing, Pushpa and Ashwani. That we can open two. Otherwise, we are ready. There you go. Yes. Okay, with a 3 count. 1, 2, and 3. That accurate smile has to come from inside, right? So once again, 1, 2, and 3. Thank you. Got it.
thank you all for joining. And once again, a big thanks to Shreya Didi for giving this half an hour of her busy schedule. Thank you so much. And that too in the January month.
You can't use the word busy now.
The easy schedule. Yeah.
Thanks, Bob.
Thank you all of you all. Thanks. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Manoj sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.